Welcome back to Misfit HQ. Sherman Hunter today to help you be better at wall balls. Now, wall balls for a lot of people are either a love them or a hate them kind of movement. And for people who love them, there are things that we see go really well. People who hate them, some things that go really poorly. The very first thing is going to be your squat stance. Now, generally speaking, we have one squat stance, and that's kind of important for things like back squats and snatch and clean and jerks. But there are some athletes who might find a slightly altered stance on a wall ball more beneficial because they are hypermobile. So the first thing I'm gonna have Hunter do is get in position as if he's getting ready to do wall balls. Now Hunter's gonna go to his normal squat stance. Now what we wanna see with this squat stance is for Hunter to be able to get below parallel, but to feel tight and tension at the bottom. So if Hunter, for example, went too narrow with his feet and squatted all the way down, we'd notice that when he squats down without the ball, that his hips begin to tuck under. This is gonna put him on the front half of his foot, and it's gonna make sure his balance is not able to transfer energy from his hips into the medicine ball. So what I'm gonna say instead is, Hunter, cheat your feet a little bit wider, and let's just try another squat, making sure, again, we're below parallel. Now, as the athlete, you wanna ask yourself, do I feel tight here, and can I see myself below parallel? You need to have both of those things in check, because again, a wall ball with wide stance that's not below parallel is not a wall ball. When an athlete gets down in that inappropriate stance and they're too narrow, a lot of times what we'll see them do is go from this position of no tension to tension as they stand, and all of a sudden they don't feel as powerful, so they have to jump and throw the wall ball. And what that essentially does is it messes up the repeatability of the movement. If you're jumping, watching the ball hit the target, shuffling your feet around and then catching, that doesn't allow you to repeat the movement, and it makes it a lot harder because you're using more energy to throw each individual wall ball. So once your feet are in the right spot, and the next thing is making sure that you extend your knees and hips violently on every single wall ball while keeping your feet flat on the ground. We do not want to come off the ground when we do wall balls. So what we're going to be watching for is Hunter gives us, instead of let's go 4 wall balls, Hunter, is we're going to watch his knees and his hips violently extend on every single rep. So when you're ready, Hunter, go ahead and give us 4 wall balls. I was wondering if you hit that target. Good. And again, low key, you might not have seen it, but his feet did not leave the ground. We were focusing on knees and hips, but also if you go back and watch, you'll notice that his feet do not leave the ground. Now, last but not least, when you're throwing that ball, you want to throw to the dead center of that medicine ball, and it should effectively float as if you're throwing like a knuckleball in baseball. If that ball is spinning, we are throwing off axis, and that rotational movement you see in the wall ball is wasted energy that could have been used to push through the center of the ball. So if we look for 4 more wall balls, we're going to notice that when Hunter throws the ball, it floats in the air. It doesn't rotate a bunch. So Hunter, 4 more wall balls for us. And notice very little rotation of the medicine ball, and relax. So again, in summary, if you don't like wall balls, the very first thing we need to address is your squat stance. Are you below parallel and are you tight? You need both of those things to transfer energy from your hips into the medicine ball. Second, are you making sure that you're extending your knees and hips on every single rep? An aggressive drive back of the knees and hips forward position, ensuring you're nice and tall in every single rep. Make sure that your hips throw the ball, not just your upper body. And then last but not least, we don't want to see that ball rotate, because if it's rotating, you're wasting energy. If you can focus on those 3 major points, you're gonna be much better at wall balls. They're not gonna hold you back this year. If you like this video, hit that like button. We'll see you in the next one.